It's me, Galen. How are you doing? Are you all right? I'm going to talk to you today about my experiences of the tests that were done to determine that I had Parkinson's disease. I think they're fairly universal. And so if you think you've got Parkinson's, or you go to the hospital regularly and you have these tests, you might have your own experiences of them. You can comment, let me know. Is this what happened to you? Over time, I've learned a little bit about why they do it, because they don't sort of tell you that, well, perhaps they do, unless you think to ask, and I never do. I don't like to ask. I say, well, you know what they're doing. They've sawn my arm off. Yeah, well, they know what they're doing. Yeah, so that's me. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you about it. Now, as I understand it, and remember, I'm not medical. I'm not a medical person. My only qualification for talking about Parkinson's disease is I've got it. It's like, you know, I'm a plague victim, therefore I know everything about the plague. No, you don't. So shut up. I've got Parkinson's, probably same as you. Probably the same as you looking for answers, or you looked for answers. I'm happy. I think I've sorted this, but my way of sorting it is weird, and it might be yours. It's not. I'm not Crystals and Wales song. I'm the sort of person who, if I was in a car crash and I looked down and I had a bone sticking out my leg, I would not hope to hear Wales song and somebody coming towards me with a load of crystals. I'd want to hear and somebody come with a big needle full of drugs and go and make you better. You know. So I'm not knocking the other stuff. I'm not. What I'm going to say is whatever is good for you is perfect. All right? So whatever's good for me is perfect for me. That's all I'm saying. What I'm saying is I'm not an expert. I'm just a fellow sufferer. And you think, well, yeah, now we're suffering you. So it's getting worse. I know. Yeah. My granddad used to say, a problem shared is a problem doubled. So the first thing I still do every time I go, everyone I see, Parkinson's nurse, physiotherapist, neurologist, first thing they do is to make me pretend I'm a crab and go like that with little snippets. Wow, wow. They don't usually do them two at a time. Now they're testing for a thing, which I believe is called bradykinesis, which is a general slowing over time. So I think that's what they're doing. But they ask you to make this shape, and they're big and as big as you can and as fast as you can. Because apparently they need that to, it's got to, as big as you can, as big as you can, and as fast as you can, and maybe 10 lots of them. And then you do it the other hand like that. And then they do that sort of clenched fist and go, and whatever you do with one hand, you do with the other. And they put a hand out like that, and they make you flip it over like that. You don't have to put your tongue out. That's optional. Don't prove anything. Some are a bit harder to show you using my phone. Like a toe tap. You know what a toe tap is. You don't need me to tell you. You know your toes, where you tap them. Heel tap isn't quite what I thought a heel tap was. I thought a heel tap was you kept your toes where they were and you just see your heel went up, down like that. No, it's your whole foot goes push, 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 push. And that's bradykinesis. And they're looking at 4 things. Bradykinesis is the first one. And it's sort of a slowing of whatchamacallits. Whatchamacallits being the general medical term I will employ a lot when I don't know anything. The second one, rigidity. And Now, to me, that's weird, because to me, rigidity is like, "Urgh." But apparently it's, they say, they like, make your hand go all relaxed, all floppy. And they hold your hand like that, so you can go all floppy. And then they do that with your wrist. And they can feel rigidity in your wrists and in your elbows and in your knees and in your ankles. Even though you think you're all relaxed, because you're not. So yeah, that's rigidity. It's interesting, isn't it? Tremors. Now, we all know about tremors. I would think and most people associate Parkinson's with that. Oh, no, look at that. And most people think if they've got a tremor, they've got Parkinson's. Not true. My understanding, and again, I might be fatally wrong. Oh, I hope I'm not fatally wrong. If I'm fatally wrong, I apologise. I might be terribly wrong, but I think you need to show bradykinesis and one of the others. So if you have bradykinesis and a tremor, Parkinson's. If you've got a tremor and no bradykinesis, it's not going to be Parkinson's, it's going to be something else, pal. So, something I learnt recently. Actually, something I learnt while I was researching this short presentation. So tremor, yeah. And then the final one is gait and balance. So they do things, it's like falling over. Ah! He's fell over. Ah, he's fell over. My balance is awful. If you blow on me, I'm gone. Oh, he's gone. Gait and balance. So they make you walk down a corridor and they time it, which is quite good fun because you can try and make your time better every time. See if you can beat your own record and get a sticker, get a lolly. And they make you stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down. Well, for some reason, I think it must be, maybe it's for tremors. Let me put your hands out like that. And they watch you. What's he doing? Way at my neck then. Medic! Stretcher bearers! Man down. Oh, that really hurt. Yeah. So, bradykinesis, rigidity, tremor, gait and balance. They're the four. But all the time, they're observing you. And they're looking at you like that. You don't know it, and they're looking for imperceptible things, like resting tremors. You might be sat there thinking, oh, I'm right here, and your thumb might be doing that. And you think, what's she doing that for? But they've clocked it, because they're highly trained. They're like vultures over a corpse of Parkinson's symptoms. And when they see them, clowns come out like that. Where they get you. And then they give you tablets to make you better. And they will use those observations to alter your medication. Like, for example, again, as I understand it, if your gait and balance, that's quite a tricky one. They don't want you falling over every 5 minutes. Do you remember Weebles? Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. They're like little egg things with faces, and you flick them. And they went. They don't want you falling down every 5 minutes, so they'll start altering your medication. Now, some people will have a sort of rigidity, but once their medication's right, that rigidity is really hard to spot because the medication's working. So it gets tricky, doesn't it? I mean, I go to the gym, I exercise. So a lot of my symptoms are better than they were years ago because I'm fighting them. There's no point giving in. So, really. You don't get no jelly tots for surrender in this man's army. This crazy, crazy world that we call life with the Parkinsons. I think the Parkinsons are like a dodgy family who live next door who drive you bonkers. Anyway, I hope that might have been some use to you. And I'll see you next time. Leave us a comment, give us a subscribe or a like or a share. If you've something you want me to talk about, let me know. and I'll talk rubbish for 10 minutes. All right.